Before Joann's was so cruelly ripped from this plane of existence, I was able to pick up this fabric. And when the universe hands you cheap as dirt, pink to blue color shifting fabric, you have to make a Sleeping Beauty outfit. I don't make the rules. But we do have free will, so we don't have to make a straight cosplay. Why don't we get historical with it? I mean, kind of. This fabric is obviously not historical, so we're gonna take some liberties. What time period are we going for? Well, the year that the movie takes place in, of course. How do we know the year? We don't, but we know the century because Prince Philip says it.
Father, you're living in the past. This is the 14th century.
Now, I'm not a fashion historian, nor was I classically trained in fashion history or anything of the sort. I am just a fashion history enthusiast. So when it came to research for the 14th century, I was a little stumped. For whatever reason, the 14th century is difficult. But you want to go past that, 15th century on, totally golden. You can find anything you want. 14th century though, I don't know, it's just a little bit harder, I don't know why. But I did end up finding this book, which was a lifesaver. This book is amazing. I highly recommend this for anybody wanting to do any kind of medieval costuming. She goes through all the garments from hosiery to cloaks. We got dresses, we got tunics, we got surcoats, we got it's all in there, including headpieces. It's a really good book. And they're all drafted from a block, and she even tells you how to make the block, which is just what a great find. With this one book, I have everything I need to make this costume. And what exactly are we making? We're gonna start with a kirtle. Now, I've made a couple of kirtles before. I've made this one for my fall witch, which was in off the shoulder kirtle, and it even had boning in there. I used a pattern for it, not very historical. And then I made this kirtle, which was a 60s medieval revival kirtle. So there's like an empire waistline. So still not very traditional. So I'm gonna be using my block to draft this kirtle using the book. We're also gonna be making this kirtle half pink, half blue. So fun. And if I have enough fabric, I would like to give them dramatic sleeves because I just love a dramatic sleeve. Who doesn't, right? And then on top of that, we're gonna be wearing a surcote, spelled C-O-T-E. We're gonna be making this one with the fur trim. From what I've read, it is like a ceremonial garment for royalty, I think, so seemed fitting. And we're gonna be making that out of the pink and blue shifting fabric. I would like to make it excessively long because you see a lot of paintings and illustrations where women are like holding a bunch of dress here, and that's to denote their like status. So like they have so much money, they can buy these lavishly long gowns, which are very impractical because you can't really work in those, right? So they have to like hold it to even walk around. So I think that's fun. And you know, she's a princess, so we can give her something like that. And that also depends on how much fabric I have. I think I got a butt ton of this. Maybe not a butt, I think I have like 6 yards, which seems like a lot because there's no sleeves, and sleeves take up so much fabric. Like you wouldn't think so, but they really do. So since we don't have sleeves, I think we'll be able to add a lot of length. A few other things that I'm gonna attempt to make are hosiery. I would like to make some pink and blue hosiery. There's a pattern for it in the book. I think I can do it. I don't know, I've never made hosiery before, so we'll see. I would like to make a type of headpiece. And then the last thing I would like to make are a simple pair of turnshoes. I don't have any lats. I think that's what they're called. They're like the fake foot that you build shoes on top of. But I think I don't have to have them for a really simple pair of turnshoes. And I've worked with leather before, so I think I can do this. Whew. There's a lot of ifs in here, huh? But that's the general plan for this video. And just to reiterate, we're not going for historical accuracy. Please don't yell at me about historical accuracy. I don't care. We're here for funsies. Also, I cut my hair this morning. I cut it maybe a little too short, and it's giving Romeo and Michelle. And my outfit is giving Hocus Pocus. And I don't want to talk about either of these things. Let's make a pattern for a kirtle. Real quick, before we get into the project, let me tell you about this video's sponsor, FlexiSpot's WAFFLE recliner. Ooh, waffle. The gentle swivel and smooth rocking function offers ultimate comfort, helping you release stress. You can effortlessly extend your legs, sink into the comfort, and enjoy relaxation. Ideal for quick naps or creating a cozy me-time spot. Extra thick padding ensures continuous support from your shoulders down to your waist. Helps your body fully relax, reducing tension in your back and hips. The textured waffle style backrest is both stylish and supportive. Elevates your living room aesthetic while keeping comfort at the core. And it's immensely comfortable. You really just kind of sink right in. This chair comes with a variety of additional features. Check it out by clicking the link below, and don't miss out. Use my exclusive code WAFFLE to get $30 off and free shipping. Thanks FlexiSpot for being this video's sponsor. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and take a nap while y'all go ahead and watch me hand sew forever.
The very first thing I need to do is take my modern basic block, turn it into a medieval one. I do this by removing the darts and take that space out of the sides and the center front. The medieval block, according to the book, looks like this and basically curves with your body. So I'm just trying to make mine look like the illustration. Repeat that for the back and the skirt. While drafting the skirt, I'm expanding the pattern down to make the flared skirt of the kirtle. Oh, and I forgot about the bust dart, so I take that out too. Now let's make a mock-up.
Okay, some changes. The back needs to be fixed, but I can't do that on my own. I'm gonna have to get my spouse in here to help me. I just need them to take this gapped area and pin it and like pull all that excess out, and then we can trim it away on the pattern. The front is not bad, but I do have this gaping here. So we're gonna pin it. Okay, I can't get it out completely, but it is better. And there's gonna be a sleeve attached to it, so I don't know. We can't really put a dart in it, so it is doing this, like rippling here, and it's because it's like my butt is pushing all this fabric up, so we need to fix that and let it out some. I think I need to let it out in the center back seam because these are sitting right on my side. I think that's good. So we're just gonna add some to the center back and give it more of an angle. I was gonna make a mark, but it's at my waist. So I just need to add a slope from the waist. And this is laced up like really wonky, but it's okay. I feel like my neckline is too high. So this side is being pulled down for reasons. So this is the correct length. So I want to bring it down. Where did they have it? Hold on, let me look at theirs. It's like the fullness of the bust and it's just over that. So it's like right here, coming around on my little bangs. I think this is good. Let's go ahead and make these adjustments on our pattern, and then we can cut out the real thing, which is gonna get a little weird because half is pink and half is blue, which I guess isn't that weird, but like, we just gotta keep things straight. I don't know what I'm saying. Goodbye.
Let's take the mock-up apart so I can make the adjustments to the pattern. I need to trim a little off the sides and add the curve to the center back for my butt. For the bodice, I take a couple of chunks out of the armpit to hopefully fix the gaping issues. Now that that's done, let's cut out the real thing. This pattern is too big for my cutting table, so I have to lay it on the carpet and activate floor goblin mode. Can someone please tell me why I look like Golem when I have to cut fabric out on the floor? My precious. Sorry. Let's start sewing. I change my thread to blue and attach the blue front and the blue back. Switch my thread to pink and do it again, but to the pink side. Then switch just my bobbin thread back to blue and attach the two sides together, keeping the blue on the bottom and the pink on the top.
I wasn't sure how I'd feel about this color scheme, but I really like it. Look how cute this is. It's pink, it's blue, it's pink, it's blue. And I think the kirtle fits like absolutely perfectly now. Look at that. I've made a lining and I have interfaced the inside edges for the front. So we are going to sew these right sides together around the front. And I guess the neckline too. We're not gonna backline. In the book, she says to put the lining and the outer fabric together, wrong sides together, and then turn in the seam allowance on both the outer and lining, and then it says to tack down the 2 layers and then stitch from the right side. We're gonna hand sew eyelets because what fun, you know? I just think grommets would be too flashy. And, you know, hand sewn eyelets just look really nice, and it's the vibe, right? So we're gonna hand sew eyelets. There's gonna be quite a few because you're supposed to space them pretty close together. We definitely have enough of the pink and blue fabric to do full, like, tight fitting sleeves and then a big dramatic sleeve on top of that. Should I do a dramatic? What kind of question is that? Like, obviously, yeah. Sorry. Oh, okay. We'll do the big dramatic sleeve, and then on the inside of the sleeve, the lining of the big sleeve, we can put the color shifting fabric. That's gonna be good. Okay, let's go. Oh, hello, it's a new day. I'm holding my camera because my tripod's downstairs and I just want to go get it. So where I'm at right now is the Kirtle. I have finished with the lining. Lining is all done. Focus. There it is. So we got this nice hand stitching. It's all whip stitched. And of course it's pink on this side and blue on this side. Wow. And then I've started to do the eyelets, which started out pretty okay and then got progressively worse. So that's cool. And then we have that many and then double it because this side. So there we go. Set the camera on my ironing board. Hi. So yeah, that's where we're at with the Kirtle. So I still need to hand sew all the eyelets, but that's late night couch activity. So I will be doing that off camera in the evenings. Next thing I need to do are the sleeves. And I've been thinking about the sleeves a lot and like kind of flopping back and forth on this because it needs the fitted sleeve because it just does. And then I also want the drama of like a big swoopy sleeve because like I should not have to explain myself with that one. Like it's a big swoopy sleeve, like the drama, please, I need it. But that left me with like, well, how do I do this? Because the big drama sleeve is gonna, you know, have the outside fabric plus the lining fabric. And then if I also need the fitted sleeve, which there's more fabric, so that's like a lot of fabric to be putting in the arm's eye. What do I do? So I think I've come up with a solution and I feel a little clever. So I know I think it says 17th century and probably in other eras too. I just remember this very specific example from the 17th century where women would have these nice like lace, men too, probably, where you have this lace, which is, you know, back then, handmade, very, very expensive. And you don't want to sew it onto one garment because you want to show it off. Very expensive, right? You want to wear it all the time. So they would make these like false sleeves that you would wear under your outfit, and then that way you could have the lace in different outfits. So I think that's what I'm gonna do with this fitted sleeve. I will make a fitted sleeve up to like my elbow, and then I can make a little drawstring at the top where I can tie it off. And then that way I have, oh, sorry, the sun left. Oh, come back, please. Huh? Yeah? Okay. So that way I have the nice fitted sleeve under the dramatic sleeve, but I don't have the bulk in the shoulder. Ha, clever, right? Okay, so that's what we need to do. We need to make a sleeve. Well, I guess we need to make 2 sleeves now, or a sleeve and a half. So let's do that.
Ooh, let's make some dramatic sleeves. I start by making a medieval sleeve block. These differ from a modern block sleeve in that the seam is on the side of the arm instead of the underside down the armpit. So I'm just kind of making up the shape from what it looks like in the book, but using the measurements from my arm's eye of the bodice. After I have the whole sleeve done, I add a little to the bottom so that it flares out. This part will cover part of my hands because that was the fashion and it's cute. It's like medieval emo. Now that the sleeve block is finally finished, I can make the giant ass sleeves. I have some issues conceptualizing this just flat on the table. So after tracing out the shoulder, I take the paper over to the mirror to help me visualize it. Take it back to the table, draw it out, and then check it out in the mirror again. Yep, that looks pretty good.
Here is our dramatic sleeve. Enormous. Look at this. It's nearly a yard long. It's gonna be very fun. That's a lot of fabric, which I'm not worried about with the pink and blue, but I am a little worried about it with the color shifting one. So we're gonna put the sleeves to the side for a second and make the surcote. And then that way we'll make sure that we have all the fabric we need for the surcote before we start on the sleeves, and then we can go from there. Because I would really love to have that fabric on the lining of the sleeves for the kirtle. Well, it's gonna look so good. Will look so good. So I really want that, but I also really want the surcote. So let's make the surcote. This should be easy because it's just the pattern for the kirtle, but we're just chopping off a big chunk here. This area here. Let's go. I was about to say let's do it, and then let's go, and they kind of just like together. Smush that in my mouth. Don't say that on camera. One of those days, I guess. Oh, anyways, let's go.
On to the surcote. I'm just tracing the kirtle again, but I don't want to waste paper, so I'm only tracing like the top half. Again, following the book's instructions, I take out a huge chunk out of the sides. The pattern looks pretty silly, and I wish I had made a mock-up, but hindsight's 2020 or whatever the cliche is. Now I'm trying to figure out how long I want to make it. I want the surcote to pull around me when I'm just standing, and I want to be able to hold a good chunk of it so that, you know, it looks impressive, like I have a lot of money, like in the paintings. So I'm just gathering it until it looks impressive enough, and then measure out how much that is, which ends up being about a foot-ish. Time to cut it out. The fabric isn't wide enough for the skirt, so I'm just folding in the sides, and I'll just piece that together later. Pinning the center front and the center back together, it's time to sew it up. This fabric is really slinky and likes to shift around a lot, so I switched over to my walking foot. And last thing is to press those seams open.
All right, our surcoat is constructed. Shall we try it on? I don't remember which one's the front. This is, okay. That actually went over my head. I didn't expect it to. And this is why you should make mock-ups, because not quite right. It's a little too hoop, you know? I mean, okay, hold on. I have fur trim to go on it. It's not real fur. But once it's on, okay, so once the fur is on, I feel like it's okay now, right? Like it gives it just enough width to, I don't know. I think it's okay. I think I made the hip opening slightly too low. Like maybe just like 2 inches higher would have been better. Nothing I can do about it. It is done. There's not enough fabric to cut this out again, and nor would I want to, because that's a huge waste. And let's fix the neckline because it's a little, like it's supposed to be kind of more boat necky. And if it doesn't quit stabbing me, I will lose my mind. Hold on, I'm just gonna take it off and cut it. Oh no, my ears. Okay. So itchy. Okay, let's see if this is better. Yes, that's better. Then this is how much I have to pull it up to get my feet out. I thought about adding a gore in the very center back to make the train wider and more dramatic, but I don't think it needs it. Let me show you. How much is it? Pools at the bottom. Here we go. See? Pick it all up. Ta-da. So I'm gonna go ahead and move back to the kirtle and now cut out the dramatic sleeves and put those on. And the idea for the fur trim is to put it around the neck, around the armholes, and around the whole bottom of the skirt. And I have 12 yards of it. Let's cut out these big ass sleeves, shall we?
Back to the sleeves. I take my block and fold down the shoulder because these are the detached sleeves. I cut one pink and one blue. Same for the big swooping sleeves. And then cut 2 of those out again out of the color shifting fabric for the lining.
We're at a point in the project where I have given myself a lot of hand sewing to do, and I'm still doing that. So here's a sleeve that is only partially done, but it's got the bit inside. Just so nice. I am starting to think that I should have made the kirtle all blue because the Surcote fabric is just more pink than it is blue. So here's everything next to each other. I think when everything's put on, it might feel really heavy on the left side because of how dark this blue is. So to kind of like balance everything out, I'm gonna swap the sleeve colors so that the blue sleeve is on the pink side. Come on. Everybody work together. Is this helping? Is this visual helping at all? I do feel like this will make it better because these sleeves are so big that I think it'll balance it out nicely. And then for the undersleeve, I'll do the opposite color. So the blue big sleeve will have the pink sleeve on the inside. I don't know. You let me know in the comments if you think it would have been better if it was all blue. So I'm gonna move on to the next thing, which are the hose. Remember when I mentioned the like detachable sleeve and I referenced it as in a 17th century thing? I happened to find an example of it in this book, which of course I can't find now that I wanted to show you. Ah, okay. Here we go. Can you come closer? Zoom in on this. So she's got this sleeve that is over her kirtle sleeve. But this one you can see there's a little dash right here, which I think is a pin. So you can see that it's like pinned on. And it's worn over the other sleeve, and I think it's for warmth. So I don't know if it was done the other way around, but it just doesn't matter. I just wanted to note that it was a thing. Okay, back to hose. I don't know if these are gonna work because of the material that I'm using, but we're gonna go for it. We're gonna try. So we're gonna make a pair of short hose because that is what women would have worn. And they go up to about the knee. They go up to like knee length, and then they are tied with a garter under the knee. And it does say linen can be used for short hose, but they will never give as good of a fit. So we already know that these aren't gonna fit great. It says that they should be made of pure wool, medium or lightweight, with little to no finish. But we don't have that. We have linen, and we don't even have linen. We have a synthetic linen-like material. So let's cover our feet.
Hey, whoa. You can't just be spreading toes like that on the internet. Come on now, go put a sock on.
Sorry. Let me cover up these money makers. Now, let's cover our feet in some duct tape.
Now that we have a basic shape, let's trace it onto some paper and add some seam allowance to make a mock-up.
Okay, our mock-up. I made it too big in the calf. So I've pinned along here so I can take this in, and then the bottom of the foot is a little small. So I've redrawn the line here. So when I cut this out, I will just use this as the pattern. And then right here, this seam is a little tight, just on the top of my foot. So I'm gonna try to add a little bit right here. The part that I worry about the most getting my foot in is this curve here. It works with this fabric, but it may not work with the linen. I might give myself more seam allowance than I usually would, just to make sure that if it is too tight, that I can loosen it.
So the hose turned out to be a lot harder than I expected it to be. So let's take a break from that to watch some hand sewing, because boy, is there a lot of it. Starting with the lining for the detached sleeves, that gets whip stitched down. Moving on to the hem of the kirtle, that was folded in twice and then slip stitched in place. Going back to the detached sleeves, let's make some buttons. Taking small circles of fabric and then tucking in the raw edges to the inside and stuffing it with some scrap fabric. And unlike modern sleeves, these buttons get attached to the very edge. After all the buttons are on, it's time for the button holes. This starts out a little rough, but I get pretty good at them by the end. The last thing is attaching the trim to the surcote. The fur comes attached to some twill tape, so I'm just going to remove that and whip stitch one side to the surcote. This takes a while because I can only do a few stitches at a time before I have to readjust the fur and push it down so that it stays out of the way of the stitches. Once that's on, I go back around a second time, sewing down the other side of the trim, and this part goes a lot quicker. Now that all the hand sewing is out of the way, let's put some black specks on the fur to make it look more regal. I do this with some black acrylic paint that I water down, and then just carefully use a brush and dab it on, going with the direction of the fur. I feel like I should have made these spots a little bit bigger so that the camera would pick them up easier, but I'll keep that in mind next time I need to make regal fur. The paint needs time to dry before I can move on to the next section, so while I wait, I learned how to do some loop braiding, because I decided I needed it for the circlet that goes over the veil. This was actually easier than I expected and pretty fun. Try it out next time you have to wait for some paint to dry.
Da 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 da. I have 2 fully functioning hose. Hose be humbling, man. These are like the 6th pair that I made. That's a lie, I didn't make pairs, I made single socks. But I made so many. They're not easy. I thought they would be. I don't know why. Probably because my hubris knows no bounds. So just thought, like, how hard could it be? Hose be humbling. I'm gonna sit up now if I can. I feel stuck. Okay, I can do this. Oh god! Oh no! Okay. Okay. They are really goofy looking and quite loose, but that was kind of, it's just how I had to make them. I can't, that's it. I'm not gonna explain myself to you. What are you, my mother? Sorry. But we are on the home stretch. So we just need to make some shoes. Now the book doesn't show you how to make shoes because there's a line in there somewhere in the socks, in the hosiery area, where they say that shoemaking is its own like expertise, and you need more than just a paragraph on how to make them. I've watched a lot of videos and read a lot of things, and I don't have quite the right materials, but I think I can cobble together. Can you say that again with a straight face, please? But I think I can cobble together something that looks like a shoe. Pun intended. Well, that's a good one, right? Oh, sorry. Oh, I'll see myself out. Everything is looking really good. Overdress. I think I still have a little bit of to finish, but some of it's still wet, so I need to be very careful. The neckline on this is not right, and it is a little upsetting, but I'm kind of past the point to do anything about it. So it is what it is. And then I still need to attach the sleeves to the dress, do that by machine. But yeah, I do too much. It's currently Monday and the video was supposed to come out Friday, like as in 3 days ago. But I had to postpone it because there was so much hand sewing. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me come close for this. Look, look. I made every one of those buttons and sewed them on, and then sewed every one of these by hand. I've actually been really enjoying it. It's been quite nice. These socks feel so weird. The thing that I think fixed the socks was using a zigzag stitch on the this seam. I think that's what it needed. Probably the whole time. Yeah, y'all, I do too much in videos. In my defense, this one wasn't supposed to be so much. I wasn't going to do all this hand stitching. It just kind of happened. And then I also wasn't planning on making hose or socks or shoes. And then, you know, you just like get excited about something and it like grows and grows. And now you're learning how to do finger loop braids and your eyebrows deep in medieval fashion somehow. Here we are. I'm not procrastinating on making shoes. I don't know why you would ask that. Shut up. Let's go cobble together some shoes. You already made that joke. You can't make it again. Merde. I want to make shoes. I really do. I am excited to make shoes. Mostly. Let's go. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. I'm going.
Let's wrap my foot in plastic wrap and tape one more time and draw out our shoe shape. Just like our last tape pattern, we trace it out on paper, and then I'm going to give this a silly little pointed toe to give it that goofy medieval aesthetic. After several micro adjustments, it's time to cut it out. I decide to only cut out one side of the uppers as I'm not sure this is fully going to work, and I didn't really want to waste more of this nice leather. I go ahead and cut out both sides of the sole as I care less about this 6-ounce veg tan. I go ahead and dye the veg tan. I was going for a dark brown to match the uppers, but it ends up looking just black. Now we're ready to start putting them together and start sewing them up. I start by making a hole with an awl, and then I'm going through with the needle and thread. I'm sewing the two pieces together like you would fabric, just straight through each piece. This is important to note as it will cause me some issues later. Now that it's all sewn together, we need to turn them right sides out. To make this process easier, we need to soften the leather by soaking it into some water. Boy, this was certainly a struggle. Remember 5 seconds ago when I told you to note how I was sewing them together? Here are the consequences to my actions. You're not supposed to go all the way through the sole, instead making a hole at an angle that goes through the top and comes out the side. Unfortunately, my leather just wasn't thick enough, or I just didn't have the right tools, or I just lacked the knowledge and skill to do it correctly. Or realistically, it's a combination of all these things. I had to cut the pointed toe off of my silly little shoes and make them again. Oh boy, that was a lot of work for one video. But hey, I had a lot of fun making it. And if you had fun watching this video, maybe give it a like and a comment. Let me know what other characters you'd like me to historify. Is that a word? And if you haven't yet, maybe subscribe? I'm trying to hit 20K by the end of the year, so maybe share this with someone you think will enjoy it. Okay, let's go to the reveal.
The princess has fallen into a cursed slumber, and the only thing that will wake her is you watching one of her other videos.